Well, hey everybody out there, welcome back to the channel. It's Chris here from JMNC Games, and today we are looking at the two-player dice game Kingdomino Duel. It's for two players, ages 8 and up, and the average game time is just about 20 minutes. If you haven't already done so, take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. We greatly do appreciate that, and it sure does help us grow. And if the videos helped you in any way, and you'd like to support the channel directly, you can always visit the application, Buy Me a Coffee. Now let's take a look at what's inside the box. There's the scoring sheets, 4 dice, and 2 pencils. To set up, each player will need to take 1 score sheet, with this side face up. You will need 1 additional score sheet for both players, and this one should be this side up. Pick a player to go first. That player takes all 4 dice, and each turn is comprised of 4 steps. First is rolling the dice. So the player who has the dice rolls. Now they can choose 1 of the 4 dice. The other player can now choose 2 of the remaining dice, and the first player gets the 1 remaining die. Each side of the die has a different coat of arms. Some also include these X markings. The question mark symbol is a wild die and can be used for any of the other coats of arms. When a player has their 2 chosen dice, they are put together to form a domino tile. You can decide how they should go together, either vertical or horizontal. Now each player takes that domino and places it onto their score sheet. In placing the domino onto the score sheet, you must follow certain rules of placement. Any symbol may be placed adjacent to the castle, either horizontal or vertical. When a domino is being placed away from the castle, it must touch at least 1 matching coat of arms. Unlike the original Kingdomino, the landscapes in the background don't matter. You're trying to group together alike coats of arms. So once a player has chosen how their domino will be placed, they draw the coats of arms in that location on their scorecard. If either dice include an X on it, you should indicate that here in these small circles. The X's are important, as without them, your area cannot score. But we'll talk more about that in scoring. The last step of a turn is filling in the spell book, which is this score sheet here. One side for player 1 and the other for player 2. Anytime a player uses a coat of arms in their dominoes that does not have an X on it, they get to mark down the matching coat of arms in the spellbook. The first player to fill in one of these completely will get a power-up bonus for that symbol. Most of these power-ups are saved and used when the player who earned them wishes to use it. Once used, they cross out the spell. The spells that have a lightning symbol with them must be used immediately. Few special things to note about spells. If both players reach the end of the line at the same time, then it is the player who rolled the dice that turn who will get to take the power-up. Also, the question mark die does not count towards the marking of the spellbook. Now here's what the different spells can do. This one is the domino can be placed without following the rules of connection. This is the domino can actually be split apart and placed separately, following the rules of connection. This one, the player who is rolling the dice can take 2 dice immediately when choosing from the roll. This one, you can take 1 die and turn it to be any face on that die. This one is pick a coat of arms on your scorecard and add 1 X to it. If a coat already has 2 X's on it, then a third cannot be added to that space. This one, the player must choose one coat of arms upon achieving. Then, at the end of the game, they will receive 3 victory points per area that has that coat of arms. One last special bonus is that either player can choose to do at any time during the game. It's the castle bonus. A player can add 1 X to one of their 2 chosen dice during a turn, even if it's the question mark die. Once you have taken this bonus, color in the roof of your castle to indicate that it has been taken. If either player is unable to place a domino on their turn, or a player has filled their map completely, this ends the game and it is time for scoring. Now players go through each coat of arms on the side to indicate the scores for that area. First, count the number of coats of arms connected. Now multiply that number with the number of X's in that area. So for example here, I have 3 coats of arms with 2 X's, so the score for this area is 6. Now if I had areas with the same coats of arms, score each area individually and then add them together to mark the score for that coat of arms. If there are 0 X's, then the area does not score. Do the same for each coat of arms, and if you've achieved this bonus from the spellbook, count the total different areas in your scorecard of your chosen coat of arms. Get 3 points for each and mark them here. The player who has the highest score is the winner of the game. If there is a tie, whoever built the single largest coat of arms area is the winner. And then if it's still a tie, then it's a draw. And that's how you play King Domino Duel. Thanks for joining us today. We sure hope you enjoyed our short explanation on King Domino Duel. If you got any questions, you can always drop those down in the comments below. And while you're there, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. We greatly do appreciate that. And now we know the basics, so let's play.